I want you to imagine sitting with me in a quiet clinic room on a gentle afternoon and hearing this from my heart. I speak to you not as a distant expert, but as someone who has walked beside you on so many mornings when fears about memory or illness have weighed heavy on your shoulders. There are 5 surprising foods that, when paired with cucumbers in your meals, can undercut the protective hopes we hold for preventing cancer and supporting your precious mind. I speak plainly to you because I have seen how small choices ripple through years and decades and leave their imprint on health. First is ultra-processed food. When cucumbers, which bring hydration and a wealth of nutrients, are eaten alongside ultra-processed snacks or packaged meals, aspects of their power are diluted. Research following tens of thousands of older adults for many years shows that just a 10% increase in these packaged foods can raise dementia risk by 25%. Swapping even small amounts of packaged treats for fresh fruit or vegetables, just a half an apple or a handful of nuts each day, can lower that risk noticeably by 3%. This is not speculation, but proof from long-term studies. In your hands lies real power. Next comes foods cooked at high heat. The humble cucumber, crisp and cool, carries compounds that may calm inflammation. But when it sits on a plate beside something fried or grilled until charred advanced glycation products form, those harmful compounds stir inflammation and push forward the same processes that lead to dementia. Steaming or poaching your protein instead helps keep your brain connective pathways softer and more open to life. Third, I gently warn about fish with high mercury. Cucumbers are light and gentle on the body. Fish like swordfish or king mackerel, though rich in omega-3, can carry mercury that slips across the blood-brain barrier and begins to gnaw at your neural tissue. Choosing salmon or sardines instead gives you protection, not just nutrients, but safety for the mind and heart. Fourth is alcohol. I know well that in quiet moments, a glass can feel comforting. Cucumbers hydrate and refresh. But alcohol, even in modest amounts, can shrink parts of the brain that help with reasoning and memory. Drinking alongside your cucumber salad, for instance, lets the alcohol undercut your hydration and erode cognitive resilience. For someone who cares about staying sharp, every moment of clarity matters. Fifth, I ask you to be wary of pickled foods. Cucumbers are best fresh because so much of what makes them healing is in their water content, antioxidants, and compounds like cucurbitacins. But pickled vegetables, especially traditionally fermented or heavily salted versions, have been linked to higher risks of esophageal and stomach cancers. In some studies, consuming pickled vegetables even double the risk of esophageal cancer. They may harbor fungi that turn into nitroso compounds, potent cancer promoters. And salted vegetables have been tied to quadrupling the risk of nasopharynx cancer in other research. These are not distant dangers. They are real, clear warning signs. Now let me take you gently through each of those pairings again. Not as a lecture, but as a warm conversation between two people who care about time given and memories held. When you pair fresh cucumber with ultra-processed food, your body responds with inflammation, where it should feel calm. The crisp bite of cucumber is silenced by the chemical chorus of additives and sugars. But when the cucumber stands on its own or sits beside a simple steamed vegetable, you reclaim control. When you pair cucumber with charred grilled meat or anything burned, you invite the fiery ashes of inflammation into an otherwise cooling plate. It is like putting embers into clear water. But replace that fire with gentle steam or stew, and you preserve both flavor and hope. When you pair cucumber with high mercury fish, you counter its soothing effect with a toxin that sears memory centers. You might think the healthy fats outweigh the risk, But when the guardian in you sees through that doubt, you choose the safer fish and thereby protect your mind for another conversation, another sunny day. When you pair cucumber with alcohol, comfort may come, but the brain pays the price. I have witnessed how that first sip can chip away at clarity, and clarity is how we share our stories, feel our love, live our days with purpose. So choose water, choose tea. Let the cucumber nourish you physically and emotionally. When you pair cucumbers with pickles or other fermented or highly salted vegetables, you dilute their gentle gift with harsh risk. You bring into your meal compounds that have been shown to raise cancer risks alarmingly. Yet the fresh cucumber alone holds quiet allies. Vitamin K for bones, antioxidants to calm inflammation, nutrients that may slow cancer cells. There is strength in its simplicity. I want you to feel the weight of this message as I feel it. Every meal is a decision that echoes across years. When we choose what not to eat, alongside cucumbers, we choose health, longevity, clarity, and the chance to cherish what matters. Know that these warnings come not from fear, but from care. The studies are not abstract. They are voices reaching out through data. 10% less ultra-processed food cuts dementia risk. High heat cooking brings advanced glycation and brain inflammation. Mercury hides in large fish and crosses into your mind's defenses. Alcohol can shrink brain areas essential to thought. Pickled vegetables may double or quadruple cancer risk. And cucumbers themselves. They are gentle water bearers, carriers of compounds that soothe, hydrate, support heart health, and even potentially impede cancer cell growth. I speak plainly because your life is valuable and each choice matters. So as you prepare your meals, remember this moment. Let cucumber sit beside colored salads, leafy greens, berries, lean fish that is low in mercury, steamed chicken, whole grains and nuts. Let water or herbal tea beside it maybe. Let the crunch revive you. Let the rest of your plate reflect the care you have taken to preserve your thinking, your memories, your laughter. Let every bite be a promise to yourself that you are withholding nothing from life, including your presence, your stories, your tomorrow. You are not simply avoiding. You are choosing. You are protecting. You are preserving. And I, as one who has walked this path beside many cherished seniors, urge you to feed not just your body, but your days and the clarity of your heart. I want you to imagine we are sitting together in the quiet of my clinic. The afternoon light is soft. I look at you and speak not with the rush of a busy world, but with the care of someone who truly wants you to stay sharp, healthy, and full of life. You have asked me what other everyday food combinations might be silently harming your brain and body. The truth is that some of these combinations are so common we do not even think twice about them. Yet the research is clear. Over years, these choices can nudge your health toward trouble. One pairing I often see is refined carbohydrates with sugary drinks. White bread with soda, for example, spikes your blood sugar very quickly. Over time, repeated sharp spikes cause something called insulin resistance. The National Institute on Aging has linked insulin resistance with higher dementia risk because it can disrupt how your brain cells take in energy. The result is that the very fuel your brain needs is locked away, starving the cells slowly. Choosing whole grains with water or unsweetened tea keeps your blood sugar steady and your brain energy stable. Another silent risk is processed meat with high-fat dairy. Think of bacon and cheese in the same sandwich. Processed meats are high in nitrates, which in the stomach can turn into nitrosamines. These compounds have been shown in multiple studies to damage the DNA in cells and raise cancer risk. When combined with saturated fats from cheese or cream, the effect on blood vessels is even stronger. Narrowed arteries mean less oxygen to the brain, and over time, that can contribute to both strokes and cognitive decline. Replacing bacon with fresh poultry and cheese with avocado or hummus can break that dangerous link. A third example is fruit with heavy cream or sugary toppings. Fruit is powerful in its natural form. It carries fiber, antioxidants, and natural sugars that the body can handle well. But when you cover it in whipped cream, chocolate syrup, or sugary yogurt, you overwhelm the body's ability to process it gently. A Harvard study on diet and brain health found that excessive added sugar is directly linked to faster memory decline in older adults. The fruit alone could help reduce inflammation, but the added sugars reverse that benefit and fuel harmful processes in the brain. Fourth is fried potatoes with processed sauces. Many people love fries with ketchup or mayonnaise. The frying produces trans fats and advanced glycation products that inflame the body and brain. The processed sauces often have high fructose corn syrup, sodium, and preservatives that create oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust forming inside your brain cells. It slowly wears down their ability to connect and send signals. Studies in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease have shown that diets high in both trans fats and added sugars can accelerate brain shrinkage. Finally, alcohol with high sugar desserts is a quiet but powerful threat. Alcohol already strains the liver and affects brain cell communication. Pairing it with sugary cakes or ice cream sends your blood sugar soaring while your liver is busy processing the alcohol. That means more sugar stays in your blood for longer, which is harmful to nerves and blood vessels. Research in neurology has linked even moderate alcohol intake combined with high sugar to poorer memory performance in older adults compared to those who consumed either one alone. I share these not to make eating feel like a list of rules, but to remind you that small, thoughtful changes can protect you. The combinations themselves are the hidden danger. On their own, some foods may not be as harmful, but together they can quietly set the stage for inflammation, oxidative damage, and energy disruption in your brain. Each meal is a choice to feed not just your body, but your memories, your conversations, your laughter. I want you to remember that you hold the power to protect those moments every single day.